Paul only had a sort of belief in a sort of spiritual resurrection, I think this idea of a bodily resurrection is something far, far later and so on.
This is actually, the truth is the exact opposite of that. That in the first century, the word resurrection, the Greek word Anastasis and its various cognates, always refers to somebody who's been physically dead being physically alive again. The idea that the word resurrection could refer to something which didn't involve a body, I think, only comes in by the end of the second century with the movement called Gnosticism, with some of the tracts from that movement, where they use the early Christian resurrection narrative basically for advocating a form of Platonism. Middle Platonism at this point is very powerful. Writers like Plutarch, who say that our souls are exiled from heaven and our aim is to leave our bodies behind and go back to heaven. That's what a lot of Christians think the gospel is. And the answer is no. For Paul, it's about bodies. Now, here's the trick. The very difficult bit in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses, it's 40 onwards, Paul comes to it step by step, and he says that the body which is put in the ground is one sort of body, and the body which is raised is another sort. The trouble is the RSV, the NRSV, many translations say that the first one is a physical body, and the second one is a spiritual body. Now, because we are Platonists with our mother's milk,
that means ethereal.
We think that means non-bodily.
Yes.
And the first adjective doesn't mean physical, it means soulish, it means animated by soul. And the second one doesn't mean spiritual, i.e. non-physical, it means animated by God's Spirit, but it is still a body, because the kind of Greek adjectives that they are. I always tell my students, fasten your seatbelts before you listen to this one, but there are different kinds of adjectives, and these ones tell you not what something is made of, but what it is driven by. It's the difference between saying, is this a steamship or is it a sail ship? We're not talking about what it's made of, we're talking about what's driving it. So here, the first body, the present one, is animated by the ordinary human interiority. The future one will be a body animated by God's Spirit.